I'm here today with my brother, and both of us are involved in various stages of digital value creation. So we thought, why don't we start a couple of collaboration sessions talking about different aspects, how executives get involved, how companies get this right and wrong, and what we can do about it.
When we looked at why digital transformation failed and talked to some of our peers or other companies in this journey, we find an interesting challenge, which is for most companies, it's really balancing some of the bottom-up initiatives that produce results quickly, but a lot of times the executive team look at them as destruction or something that really did not change the game. And sometimes these big executive team supported initiative just run into a challenge and get bogged down because lack of data availability or lack of momentum. So really, the tricky part is, how can you do both? How can you launch something that is exciting top-down, but also launch enough bottom-up initiative to remove these bottlenecks and obstacles, to create a momentum, to show not just a proof of concept or proof of technology, but proof of value, so we stay on the course in the journey. Because at the end of the day, you need to digitize data, but if you do that bottom-up, it just gets either unexciting or unproductive. And yes, you need to change customer experience, but a lot of times you realize that you cannot really get there with the data being in the right shape. This is where we find that some technologies, whether it's analytics that produces quick results, show immediate effect, can be an accelerator, or in some cases actually automation that will produce results immediately, have a financial impact, and can keep the journey going. But I think the real secret sauce is have the top-down objectives broken down and launch those large programs. Have enough small bottom-up initiative that make them a reality.
Most of the companies are stuck in endless pilots or proofs of concepts. Digital, I've never seen anything like this. Digital is in an area where you don't start projects, you start trials and proofs of concepts and never graduate to changing the business. And that's frankly a disease, not because it's a different approach, it's because there's never a stage of value creation. And digital is almost an area where you have to have a portfolio, but like Arpad said, that portfolio has to have a combination of certain things you're trying because nobody ever has done them before. That's fair. Do a pilot, do a proof of concept. But if hundreds or thousands of companies have gone down that journey successfully, then start a project, start doing something real. And I've never seen so many blockchain projects by any other technology. There have not been thousands and thousands of ERP projects back in the day, or CRM projects back in the day, but there are so many of these blockchain projects, and they never graduate to anything. Businesses have hired probably millions of data scientists globally, and most of those data scientists are frustrated because they can't finish the projects they're starting. So it's important to take the bet on a set of transformation issues and do them versus try them.
I think with digital, sometimes we get fascinated by the technology and look at it as, oh, we need to prove this technology, we need to prove this solution before we can really commit to it or scale it. And there's a good and bad news here. Good news is a lot of these next generation technologies naturally lend themselves to it. And sometimes, yes, they are emerging. It's a great idea to prove whether they work. But sometimes what I find is companies get stuck in that mode and have 1,000 proof of concepts that never graduate into a pilot, and more importantly, never really produce value. This is really where I see successful companies in the digital journey make a difference.